Good morning, everyone. Today we will take the nervous system. First, we have to know the function and the importance of the nervous system. Actually, the nervous system is just like the computer that switch on, switch off all things in your body. It controls all the functions. It controls everything that you can imagine in your body. Okay, so let's take the composition of your nervous system. The nervous system, first, it's made up of two subsystems, the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Okay, again, the nervous system is divided into subdivision, the central nervous system, which is found in the center of your body, and the peripheral nervous system, which is found on both sides of your body. The central nervous system is composed of the brain and the spinal cord, because the brain and the spinal cord are found in the center of your body. So they are composing the central nervous system. And the peripheral nervous system is composed of all the nerves that elongate on both sides of your body. The peripheral nervous system have two types of nerves. The cranial nerve, this type of nerve comes directly from the brain. So this type of nerves comes out from the brain on both sides, on the right side and the left side, and it's called cranial nerve. And the spinal cord has also many nerves that elongate from it and comes from it. That's called spinal nerve. So the spinal nerve is called spinal nerve because it comes out from the spinal cord. So now we have two subsystems, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Okay, the central nervous system, we talk that it has the brain and the spinal cord. For the brain, today we will study the brain. First, you have to know that the nervous system is made up of the structures, which is the nerves, which is the brain, which is the spinal cord, that control all the actions and all the reactions of your body in response to a certain stimuli in the environment. Okay? Okay, so we will take the brain right now. First, have a look about the brain structure. Have a look in the brain structure. It's composed of three main parts: the cerebrum and the cerebellum and the medulla oblongata. The cerebrum is the largest part of the brain and it's the white one, and the cerebellum is the green one, and the medulla oblongata the violet one. We will know the function of each one. The cerebrum, which is the largest part in the brain, controls mainly three main functions. The first one, it controls all the voluntary movement, which means it controls your body when it's walk, running, standing, all the voluntary movement. What's meant by the voluntary movement? The voluntary movement is the movement that you can control it. So the cerebrum can control all the voluntary movement. It also has any respond to the sensory organs. What's the sensory organs? Your eye, your tongue, your skin, your ears, your nose. All of these organs are called sensory organs. Any stimuli that happens to this sensory organ will be sent to the cerebrum, and the cerebrum will respond back to change this action or to tell what they will happen in this situation. We will take it in more details, but later, not now. Now we will take the parts of the brain. And the first part is the cerebrum part, and the cerebrum is controlling all the voluntary movement and the sensory organ response. The third function is storing memory and thinking. Storing the memory and thinking is responsible by the cerebrum. So let's take the cerebellum. The cerebellum is used for only one main function, which is maintaining the balance during movement. Maintaining the balance during the movement. And the medulla oblongata is controlling all the involuntary movement. Involuntary movement means it cannot be controlled at all. Just like your heart, when it bumps, your heart is a muscle. When it contracts and relax, it's involuntary movement. And also your digestion movement of the food inside your digestion. And also the respiratory movement, the respiration, inside the respiratory system. So all the involuntary movement are controlled by the medulla oblongata. To recap again, we have two types of movement, the voluntary and the involuntary. The voluntary, it's actions that your brain can control, and involuntary, you have no control over it, just like your heart beating. Again, the brain is composed of three parts: cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. Cerebrum for storing memory, voluntary movement, and information from the senses organ. Cerebellum for maintaining the body balance. Medulla oblongata for all the involuntary processes inside your body. Thank you so much for watching and hope you enjoy this lesson.